Okay, so a polynomial, okay, is an expression okay, with many terms. Okay, now it does not give you a specific as far as the number of terms. I'm going to write some examples for you, okay? So, the number 5 is a polynomial. 6x is a polynomial, okay? 4x squared plus 1 is a polynomial. Hello. New stuff, but he's not here. Told you, freaking handsome. Okay. Something that it could have a bazillion terms on there is a polynomial. Okay. 0 is a polynomial. Ln x squared is a polynomial. Pretty much anything with any combination of letters or numbers is a polynomial. Okay. Standard form is when it's written in ABC order, okay, and then it goes highest exponent to lowest exponent. Okay, so when we're listing them, if you look at the 4x squared plus 1, okay, the x squared has to go first. So you would write like 4x squared plus 2x, because x has the power of 1, okay, and then no number. So you always do highest exponent, so like x to the 8th, then x to the 7th, then x to the 6th, then x to the 5, x to the 4. Okay, if you have something with 2 letters, you're going to do mixed. So if we look at example 1, what is our highest exponent? 2. Okay, it's this one. It has the x squared. So we're going to write that one first. So 2x squared. What's the next highest exponent? 3x. So you're going to write that one next. And then because the x has no power, it's really a power of 1. Okay, so and then we do just a plain number goes last. So it'll just be plus 1. Okay, if you look at this one below it, okay, which is going to come first?
W cubed.
Yep, w to the 3rd power. And then what?
5w2.
5w2. Okay.
W.
Then w. Okay, and it's a minus w. And then last but not least, our 28. Okay, and then we see here on 5 where we have 2 letters and numbers, and there are 2 parts of standard form. One, you do the alphabetical order as well as the highest exponent. So what is our highest exponent here?
A3.
3. Okay, and this has a B3. Whoops. Okay, and so now between these 2, we say, well, what comes first, A or B? A. So then A goes first, so we're going to say A3. And then obviously I'm going to put my 2B3. So those ones are done. What's my next highest exponent?
5a squared b squared.
Yeah, so we're going to say plus 5a squared b squared. Okay, and then last but not least, I have plus 2ab. Okay, and those have the power of 1. Okay, and this is the most important part. You will need these. I don't expect you to memorize them. Okay, eventually you will. When something has a degree of 0, okay, the degree is another word for exponent. Okay, so that is going to be considered a constant. Okay, and that more specifically looks like just a number. So 5, 2, 4, okay, it has a power of nothing. It's that last one we always write down. Okay, if it has a degree of 1, it is linear. Okay, so that would be x with a power of 1, or a with a power of 1, b with a power of 1, etc., etc. To the power of 2 is going to be a quadratic. Which is x to the 2 power. Okay, it's going to be a cubic. And a quartic, which is x to the 4. Okay, and I'm sure you've heard these terms before. I know for a fact you guys have heard like cubic. Some of you guys have even you know what x squared is. Okay, that's quadratic. Okay, and then the number of terms. If it's one term, it's going to be a monomial. Okay, if we've got 2 terms, okay, what is 2 terms? Binomial, okay? What are some other things that are bi? What are some other things that are bi? Humans, okay, but and what does that mean?
More than one?
What does it mean? You guys know what it means. You like more than one individual of people, okay? And that's probably the most common one, okay? You think of bi, okay? It means you like guys or girls or both, whatever, okay? A bicycle, how many wheels does it have? 2, okay? There are a lot of things, and that's just that root word, okay, is bi. Okay? What do you think the third one is? Trinomial. Okay, what are some things that are tri? Tricycle. How many wheels does that have? 3. A tripod. I don't know any others. Anybody else know any others? That's all I know. Triceratops, but I don't know anything about that. It's a dinosaur.
3 horns.
Do they have 3 horns?
Yeah.
Okay, and then 4 plus is going to be considered a polynomial. Okay, and this is why I said definitely keep the sheet, because you're going to need it today when you're doing this stuff. You're going to need it for your quiz reviews. You're going to need it for your test, etc., etc. Okay, so do not lose the sheet. Make sure you fold it up, put it in your iPad or whatever. Okay, some examples. So on all of these problems that you're going to do on your sheet and on here, okay, you're going to pick from each category. Okay, so this 6 has a power of what? Which one is this? It's going to be a constant. How many number of terms? Okay, so we're looking at the pieces. So like this one has 1, 2, 3 pieces. This guy's got 1 piece, 1 piece, 2 pieces. So how many pieces does he have? 1, so he's going to be what? Monomial. Okay, and when we're looking at the degree, we're looking at the highest exponent, okay? So if we look at 9, what's the highest exponent? That's not the exponent. 1. It has a 7p to the 1 power. Okay, and so what is that going to be from this category? Linear. How many pieces does it have?
3.
2, so it's going to be a bi.
7p 1.
No, 7p is 1 piece. Okay, 11. What's the highest exponent? 3. And so that's going to be a cubic. How many pieces are there? 2, so it's going to be what? by. Okay, if we're looking at this side, okay, what's the highest exponent? 1, so it's going to be what? Linear. How many pieces? 1. Okay, and the way you can tell, an addition sign or subtraction sign kind of separates the pieces, okay? So like we see here that there's one sign in here and one sign here, so this really breaks it up into 3 pieces. Okay, so this is going to be a monomial. Okay, 10. What's the highest exponent? V2, so what is that going to be? A quadratic. How many pieces is there? 3, so it's going to be a trie. Okay, 12. What's the highest exponent? 4, so it's going to be what? Quartic. How many pieces are there? 4, so it's going to be a poly. Okay, now go to your sheet. Okay, and I would honestly put these 2 sheets side by side on your desk so you have room to look, because you're going to need to look at that chart and figure out the same. So the instructions for our sheet are a little bit different, not much. So they want you to do 2 things. First of all, write it in standard form and then name it. Okay, so do the standard form first. So is there anything to rearrange here? Okay, standard forms means ABC order, highest to lowest. Okay, and there isn't. Okay, and then now we can look at our chart. Okay, so what is the degree? What are you talking about?
It's 9 minus 4.
9 minus 4 on.
It's not 9.
Okay. That's weird.
I think the rest of it's
Just not the first one?
Yeah, that's weird.
Let me look. Nope.
7's different too.
Well then, don't look at mine. Okay, so if we look at 1, okay, what's going to be our order? 4n's going to go first, so it's going to look like minus 4n. Then what? Plus 9. Okay, so we've written it in standard form, and now we need to name it. Okay, so what is my degree? What's the highest exponent I have? Linear. How many pieces are there? 2, so it's going to be a by. Okay, 3. What's going to be the highest exponent? 1. Okay, so what are we going to write first? 3b. Then we're going to say plus 3. Okay, what's going to be my degree? Linear. How many pieces? So it's going to be a by. Good. Okay, 5. Which one's going to come first? 7x2. Okay, and for some of these, especially the bigger ones, cross them out once you've wrote it down, okay? It's going to help you. Okay, what's going to come next? Okay, and that minus goes with that 7, so minus 7x. And then lastly, we have plus 6. Okay, what is going to be my degree? Quadratic. How many pieces? It's going to be 3, so it's going to be a trie. Okay, look at 7. Which one's coming first?
6v4.
6v4. Okay, and then what? 8b2. Okay, 3b plus 7. What's our highest exponent? Okay, what's going to be my degree? Quartic. Then what? Quartic poly. Good. Okay, 9. Which one's coming first? 8R3. Then what? 7R2. And then minus 7. Okay.
How much one would be -7? Since that's a negative and it has two positives. So where's that other positive?
I'm not seeing another negative.
What is negative from 7?
No, so this is a positive 7, because that positive belongs to that one, that positive belongs to that one, the negative belongs to that one. You can put plus, minus 7, but really you just need minus. No, you're fine. What's gonna be our degree? Cubic. How many pieces? Try. Good. Okay, 11. Which one's coming first? Negative 5x squared. And then plus 7x. Okay, what's our degree going to be? Quadratic. What? By. Okay, 13. Which one's coming first? Negative 3m4. Okay, and then we got plus 7m squared minus 4m plus 9. Okay, what's going to be our degree? Quartic. How many pieces? It's going to be a poly. Good. Okay, the rest of the sheet is for you guys. Get the rest of the front side done and the back side. Okay, go through, write them in order, and then write your degree and number of terms.